Oh, crap. My husband's home early.
Wait a minute, you're married? And he's here? Now?
Yeah, that's him. You've got to get out of here. He's really jealous. I think he's bitter because he never got the credit he deserved for killing Osama bin Laden.
Your husband's a Navy SEAL? What the hell is going on here? What is this? Ruff. You got a dog?
Yeah. I rescued him from the pound.
Despite his successful run with hit novels and death-defying adventures, he has struggled to maintain healthy relationships. So, we bring you the 7 worst relationships Brian has had. Number 7, Carolyn.
Whoops.
I'm sorry.
I don't think you want this book. It's all about atheism.
Oh, I know. I'm an atheist.
Really? So am I.
It's all yours. I feel bad taking the last copy.
Well, there's one way to settle this. If there is a God, send another copy. I guess that's our answer.
Brian has dated many girls throughout the show, but Carolyn takes the cake. She's the one who gave Brian a taste of his own medicine.
Oh, you know, I took a Thai massage class at the Learning Annex. Woohoo! Woohoo!
Boy, that's an awfully loud owl.
Woohoo! Don't do it, Brian! Woohoo! Take it slow! Woohoo!
When Brian found his new love in Carolyn, who also happened to be an atheist like him, he couldn't have been happier. Finally, someone who shares his belief in nothing. They went on a date and even had a nice goodbye kiss, but it seems like Stewie wasn't very happy with this. He fed Brian some bad advice, telling him not to rush and to take the relationship slow.
What the hell? Excuse me for a second. Stewie, have you been hiding in the back all evening?
Yes, I'm saving you from yourself, Brian. You almost went in there and tried to have sex with that girl.
So, what's wrong with that?
That's why you can't maintain a relationship. You always try too soon and end up blowing it. Think about it.
Yeah, sure, Stewie's got a PhD in relationships after all. This ended up pretty badly for him, with Carolyn cheating on him with Cleveland.
Oh my God! Carolyn? Cleveland?
Oh, hey, Brian. Close that window. You're letting all the stank out.
Poor Brian. They weren't a bad couple, but fate had other plans for him. Turns out not every dog has his day. Number 6, Cheryl Tiegs.
My new boyfriend, I guess, knows you and told me where you live.
Hey, Cheryl, get your fat ass over here before I dump you.
He's so bossy. I love it. Well, it was great seeing you, Glenn.
We know Brian will do anything to end up with girls, even if it means taking getting laid classes from Quagmire.
Hey, sorry I'm late.
Brian, what are you doing here?
I'm in your class.
What? No way, I don't want you in here.
Too bad. Here's my class receipt. Now teach me how to find love.
All right, fine. But you lick yourself once in this class and you're out.
Don't look. I spilled something.
Yeah, that was the moment we saw them on the same page, but when Brian realized Quagmire's tricks only work for one-night stands, he decided to ask out Cheryl out of spite. And yes, he used the same tactics he learned in the class. Well, Brian only entered this relationship to make Quagmire jealous, and he almost succeeded. But Quagmire had his own counterattack, bringing Brian's ex, Jillian, for a dual date.
Here she is.
Jillian?
Hi, Brian. How are you?
Oh, he's doing great. Isn't that right, pal? Guy looks like $1,000,000, all green and wrinkly, right? Oh, get in here.
Whoa, hey, whoa. Okay, let's have dinner, huh?
This relationship didn't last long, as Cheryl was offended when she realized she was being used for something so petty. Who knew revenge dating wasn't a solid foundation for a relationship?
Enough! Stop it, both of you! You obviously have no respect for either of us. Maybe you boys will get it together someday, but it looks like that's all you are. Boys.
Yeah, boys. Yay! I helped!
Cheryl, wait!
Jillian!
I'm sorry. I'll do anything, please!
Number 5, Rita.
Well, actually, I really thought I was going to be an actor at one point. I even got a few high-profile gigs.
Really? Anything I've seen?
Okay, here it comes. Watch.
Want a breath mint?
Breath mint. I ad-libbed that line.
Well, I had no idea I was dating a famous actor.
Brian has a knack for finding women he has nothing in common with, and Rita was no exception. When Brian ended up hitting his car and met Nicole, he immediately felt a connection.
All right.
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry. I wasn't really looking where I was going.
Probably a little blame on our side, too.
Roadhouse?
Well, I guess we're just lucky nobody got hurt.
Yeah, I agree. But, you know, I sort of have one other problem. Maybe you can help me out.
What's that?
I have a dinner reservation for 2 tonight at Dominic's, and it's just me.
I see your problem. I think I might be able to help.
Later, when he went to pick her up for their date, her mother informed Brian that Nicole had gone out with someone else. And as always, Brian fell for her mother too, Rita.
Your husband's a lucky guy.
Divorced.
Oh. Well, at the risk of humiliating myself once again, I still have a reservation.
Well, I don't have plans.
Well, terrific.
Despite their age difference, they kept their relationship going, but inside, Brian was embarrassed to introduce Rita to his family because he was so insecure about her age.
Perfect, everyone hits it off. Listen, Rita, why don't you wait in the car? I'll be out in a minute.
Okay, sweetie.
Well, you met her. What do you think? What?
What do I think? She's 100! Oh my God!
Brian soon asked her to marry him, but it seemed like he only did it out of spite towards the Griffins. They decided to break things off when they realized they couldn't effectively communicate. Apparently, there are some things even a shared disdain for others can't fix.
You know what, Brian? You're not old enough for me.
What?
You cheated on me. That's what happened today. You can rationalize it any way you want, but to me, all that shows is that you're an immature guy who doesn't realize what a catch I am. I'm sorry, Brian, but you screwed up. Now, please go.
But Rita...
Go!
Number 4. Padma.
Thank you for holding. How can I help you?
Well, for starters, you can keep talking with that lovely accent.
Amazing. 1 second of a stranger's voice on a phone and you've got full Bollywood. I assume she's in India.
Your friend is correct. I am in India. But you sound like a perfect gentleman to me. My name is Padma.
Padma, that was my mother's name.
I'm gonna get an English muffin.
For Brian, no matter how hard he tries, he always ends up on the receiving end. But this time, his obsession with finding love took a bizarre turn.
Let's go find Padma.
Shouldn't be hard in this dreamy land of wonder. I can already smell the enlightenment and tranquility. This is wonderful, isn't it, Brian?
He fell for an Apple support staff member in India during a call and, believe it or not, managed to turn the conversation into the start of a relationship. Completely obsessed with this girl, he decided to go to India despite Stewie's warnings.
What the hell's going on? Somebody's screaming in the garage. Why are you still up?
Because I'm in love.
With that Indian chick? What was her name? Dot?
No, it's not Dot, it's Padma. And I have to be with her. Stewie, I'm going to India.
She was a charming young Indian woman, but unfortunately for Brian, his luck ran out with her despite helping him thwart her father's arranged marriage plans.
Padma, you cannot call off the wedding. I have already paid a large dowry to the Raja's family.
But it would be wrong to marry someone I do not love. The one I love is Brian.
Sir, what if I were to repay you for all you've spent? Would Padma then be free to marry whoever she wanted?
Brian, you would do that?
Yes. I love you, Padma, and I'd do anything to be with you.
Another tale of Brian and his unsuccessful love adventures. Number 3. Bonnie.
Why are you scratching behind my ear?
I don't know. I thought it might make you feel better.
It does feel kind of nice.
You're a good girl. You're gonna be okay.
Yeah, keeping an eye on your buddy's wife? Classic Brian? At Bonnie's 46th birthday party, Brian found her crying. Trying to be a good friend, he comforted her, which led to an impulsive kiss. They both instantly regretted it and swore to keep it a secret.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean...
No, it's okay. I'd better go downstairs before Joe realizes I'm gone.
But Peter, the town gossip, just couldn't help himself. He spilled the beans at the party, turning it into a soap opera scene.
The other night at your party, Brian kissed Bonnie.
What?
Bonnie, is this true?
Oh my God.
I know, making out with a dog? Can you even imagine a woman who possibly does that for real?
Poor Joe was left heartbroken, and his friendship with Brian was toast.
I hope your day gets better, Brian, but I wouldn't count on it.
The fallout was brutal. Bonnie left Joe and ran away with Brian to chase her dreams, but surprise, surprise, it was a total disaster. Brian and Bonnie were complete opposites, and their differences quickly tore them apart. Thank them they broke up, and Bonnie ended up right back where she started with Joe.
But I'm here to fight for you, Bonnie. And if you're willing to come back home, I promise I'll spend the rest of my days taking care of you, just the way you've always taken care of me.
Of course I want to come home, Joe. I love you.
Wow. I guess just call me Cupid, huh? You're welcome.
Oh, damn it!
Number 2, Ellie.
Listen, I gotta go. You want to continue this sometime? Let me give you my number. It's on the back of here. It's this.
Got it.
See you around, Brian.
Definitely. Bye, Ellie.
Brian's dating history is a roller coaster of questionable choices. We've all raised an eyebrow at his human flings, but what if I told you he's also dated a dog? Yeah, and guess what? You managed to mess that up too.
I'm really sorry, Brian. It's not that I don't want to kiss you. I smell the poop on your breath, and that's all I want.
Brian met a cute dog at the vet and they started dating. Things were going great until she dropped the bombshell she's under contract to breed with the winner of an upcoming dog show.
My owners made an arrangement with the organizers of the next dog show. They paid a lot of money to schedule me to breed with whichever male dog wins the competition.
What, like breed?
Brian, being Brian, signs up for the dog show determined to win her over. Stewie, of course, tells him not to bother, but Brian doesn't listen. He goes through some intense training, Rocky style, and manages to win the race.
And our winner in the male division is Brian Griffin.
Yes!
But then when the big moment arrives, Brian gets stage fright and can't perform under pressure. Another dog steps in and Brian gets kicked to the curb. They have to say their goodbyes and Brian ends up feeling more like a chump than a champ. Classic Brian, right?
I'm sorry, Brian, but this is what I was trying to tell you.
I'm sorry too, but I see now that you were right. I'm just not sure how this could work or how our relationship could fit into your world.
Hey! Let's talk!
Number 1. Jess.
I'm Jess.
Thanks, I'm Brian. Well, Jess, bottoms up.
If you're lucky.
Oh, that was incredible. And hey, sorry I barked when you took your pants off. I thought it was a squirrel.
Jess, undoubtedly the worst relationship Brian ever had. This one made Brian cry his heart out and honestly he had it coming.
Oh my god. I must have like 6 months worth of cancer farts built up.
Brian met Jess at a bar and found out she had cancer. Feeling sorry for her, he decided to marry her. But he quickly regretted it because she was super annoying. Just to top it all off, during their wedding, they got news that Jess was going to live because she'd been cured. Not great news for Brian.
Jess is going to live.
Jess celebrated her new lease on life by stuffing her face with food. Her new attitude was unbearable, so much so that Brian let her choke on nachos.
They only had mild. Well, I'm sorry it's so disgusting, but that's all they have.
But during her funeral, she miraculously came back to life, leaving Brian in tears. And no, they weren't tears of joy.
I'm okay!
Thanks for watching. Please be sure to subscribe. Go ahead, like the video for more Family Guy content.